What's up, fellas? Back with another one, man, as promised. So now celebrate Scotty, bearded monk. Scotty been him. What's good? Hope you lot are alright, man. Early morning video. Can't really smash out the early morning ones like I really want to, man. Because by the time I'm training, it's all dark. I tried to get a video in the gym, but gym music's just loud, whack. So the quality of the audio was terrible, man. But I hope you lot are doing good. A beautiful day out here, man. Sun shining. Perfect day for 3-piece suits, you know. Just enjoying the weather, man. Being grateful. Out here living good, man. No stress. Hope you are doing good though, for real. Not gonna be a long video, but it's gonna be an important video. Fuck it. Talk about something important, man. To me anyway. You know? It's like you gotta design who you wanna be in this life, man. You know what I mean? Who you always thought about being up here. Right? And you gotta sit down and really design that character. Right? You gotta design the character, who you wanna be. What does he move like? What does he dress like? What does he drive? Where does he live? You gotta design it all. Right? And you gotta slowly put yourself together in that image. Like how I am now, this is how I've been trying to move for the last couple of years. But you have to understand it's frequencies, right? When someone says frequency, when you heard the word frequency, you gotta literally step into the frequency of what you're trying to be. So if you want to be someone who's rich, millionaire, what would that millionaire version of yourself dress like? What would he move like? Fuck the car in the yard right now. Let's take that out of the equation. What would that millionaire version of yourself really move like? Right? I put a scenario out there. If he wasn't able to drive, if he wasn't able to move location, but he was able to dress how you wanted, the best version of yourself. Right? How would he look? Like you've got to be on the frequency that you want to be on. Like I'll try and make it clearer. Like for example, right? Me. I only wear tracksuit bottoms when I'm in training. Like when I'm training. Tight ass t-shirt, you know. But I've always loved suits. For the last couple of years I've loved suits. I mean I've learned to appreciate it on some grown man stuff. Some businessman stuff, you know. I'm wearing a tie. But I also love bow ties, you know. A nice little blazer, tailored to perfection. Trousers, loafers, you know. This ain't just random outfits. This is me. You understand what I'm saying? This is how I spent most of my time stacking up my money, right? In the image of what I've created in my mind. Like I know my life is planned out, literally. From where I want to live, from where I do live. Like eventually, you know what I mean, get me a nice duplex penthouse. I don't like penthouses. I like penthouses, yeah, sure. But I want a duplex penthouse. You know? That's the next one for me. You know? I like Ferraris, Benzes. You know, they can be driven. Yesterday I bought myself a Rolex. Like, I keep looking at this thing, gorgeous, man. a nice little Rolex, you know. In a couple of days I'll get me a ring or something, a couple of rings, a little bracelet, a gold one to go with it. But you gotta design who you wanna be in your mind, man. You gotta imagine it, you know. This is why I say it's important not to be spunking yourself off. Because if you're spunked out and drained out, it's like your imagination ain't as sharp as it could be, you know? And you're not as creative. I think about the same thing every single day. To the penthouse I wanna live in, right? Like I just said, I love duplex penthouses with a spiral staircase, you know? So every morning, every day, I literally picture me opening that door. Front room's over there, spiral staircases there on the straight ahead. You know, you go through the hallway. Kitchen's on the right, go upstairs, spiral staircase. You've got big windows so you can see the view. Picture myself sitting by the stairs watching the view. Obviously you're high up, you know, and then the second level is my bedroom / bathroom. But I make it vivid, you know. So every time I'm in my house, this duplex penthouse, I'm literally imagining I'm walking past mirrors. I'm adjusting my tie, black tie, blue tie, black tie, red tie, blue tie, whatever tie I'm wearing that day, right? But I make everything vivid to the point where I'll be imagining this, right? I'll open my fridge on the kitchen's on the right, get me a water, pour me a glass of something, you know, then I'll go to the front room, which is on my left. Big TV, money counter, couple stacks over here, you know what I mean? And then I imagine myself walking to my car, the car I'm really gonna get next. Like everything is the same every day. I imagine it, right? But it's not imagining it and saying to yourself, hopefully one day. The minute you imagine it, right? This is where quantum physics comes in as well. The minute you can see it in your mind, there is a version of you somewhere in this reality or a different reality, alternative reality, that has that. So you literally gotta design who you want to be. Like I write it down as well, but what I do is I go to the library or internet cafe, right? And I literally write out my life. Then what I do is I have it on one like A4 paper, right? And I laminate it. Then I read it every day, every morning, every night, so on and so on. Like, I'm not going to tell you what mine says exactly word for word, but a little something like, you know, thank God, you are blessed. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm a millionaire. 5, 10 million, 5, 20 million. I'm giving you an example. That's not what I'm reading off, right? How much I have a great relationship with money, how much money loves me, how much I love money, you know, in a healthy way, of course. Like, I have a great relationship with money. Money is always with me, right? And my digital marketing business is successful. I've been saying this for the last year now, right? Every day, religiously, reading off the script, right? And my digital marketing business is successful. How I sell millions of digital products, right? How much I make in a month. Money comes to me easily as breathing air, right? And then this is from Think and Grow Rich, right? What I'm just saying to you now. And then you gotta say, in return for this money, block, whatever that amount that is, I'll give the most efficient service from selling digital products, of which I'm capable of, right? Then you end it off with saying, I believe this money is already in my possession. My faith is so strong that I can see it with my eyes, I can touch it with my hands, right? but you gotta believe that you already have it. It's just this whole, all right, we're in a park right now, so let's just say this whole image that you're seeing with your eyes, right? Let's just say that's God's imagination, right? But if it was in the city, you see tall skyscrapers, right? Buildings here, buildings there, beautiful buildings, nice clean roads. But you gotta see it as this is a simulation I'm in, right? And this is someone else's simulation, because I didn't build any of this shit. I'm just observing the simulation that I'm in right now, right? But the thing about quantum physics is, once you have it up here, right, and you can see it in the screen up here, and you can see it, whatever eye that is inside your head, your imagination, right? If you can see that, it's yours already. You know? Maybe you do it for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, however long you can hold it, the better. But you ain't got to go crazy long. Me, I just loop it all over and over again. I walk into the same yard, doors here, bus on right, staircase is there, the spiral staircase, front room's on the left, kitchen's on the right, little bathrooms in the hallway and shit, upstairs, the spiral staircase. It's always the same thing on loop, right? Then I walk into my cars, got the keys in my hand, whatever car it is. Like, you need your creative juices, brothers. You can't be spunked out. You have to understand at a certain point, right? What life do you want for yourself, man? Like, I didn't start making money from digital marketing immediately, man. No way. It's 2026 now, right? I bought my digital marketing course and learned that shit in November 2024. I never saw it as no scam. I never saw it as, no, this is bullshit. I paid £500 for the course. I paid $2,500 altogether, right? Because I had to get an iPhone. Got me a little MacBook Pro, and I got the course, right? Not all at the same time, but within a short space of time. So I really invested into myself, right? Because me, I'm good with money. I'm not always immediately good at making it at the moment in time, but I definitely can stack up some paper for a later date, right? So I spent maybe $2,000, $2,500, whatever it was, back in 2024, right? So this is when I had my surgery on my foot, right? And I couldn't walk. So I literally had to figure out how to make money from the internet, right? So the person I bought my course from, you know, it's the same as a lot of people, man. But I say there's a street hustler and there's a businessman, right? A street hustler just wants to make money as fast as possible, but a businessman lives by a code of ethics, right? Like, I see myself as a businessman, right? So when I bought the course off my man, you know, he would be responsive every now and again, but he would disappear on me. So I gave up digital marketing for like 3-4 months, right? Got frustrated, couldn't figure it out, boom, boom, boom. Focused on something else. Then I bounced back on it, right? Maybe 25. But it took me a good chunk of time to make some dough from it. To make sales, to understand the game, to understand the consistency, to understand the regimen, the routine of it all, to understand how to market yourself a certain way, right? But it's 2026 right now, right? But we're in April. I did not start making money immediately. Now, there's 2 ways you can do digital marketing. You can take the time, learn the game your own way, right? Put yourself out there on Instagram, learn the process, you know what I mean? Upload every day, be consistent. That's organically, right? Or you can spend some change and get traffic to your shop. I didn't do that immediately. To be honest, I haven't done that so much. I've done everything organically. Because I understand business takes a while. It's like my first time starting a business. Business takes time to build and establish, right? But what makes things accelerate is your mindset, your beliefs. I'm telling you, brothers, making money is not hard, right? But you gotta do the work subconsciously. And the most important thing you can do subconsciously is when you pass out, if you feel that you're gonna pass out, grab some headphones, right? And have some affirmations in your ear. Preferably find something on YouTube, affirmations, like billionaire affirmations, millionaire affirmations. Try and find a video that's like maybe between 3 to 5 to 8 hours long, right? And I'm gonna say this, the reason why you have to find a video for that long is because I was doing it, right? I still do it to this day. I found a video 8 hours long, on repeat, on loop. Reason it has to be more than an hour, because when you're sleeping, right, your conscious mind is shut off, so your subconscious mind is open to suggestions, right? Everything is hearing, as in your subconscious mind, is recording. And another reason I used to, or still do, should I say, have affirmations in my ear when I'm sleeping is because I can go for like 6 months of just no sexing, but it does not mean I don't want to have sex or something like that. It just means I'm focused on what I'm doing right now. I cut everything off, everyone off, and focus on me, right, for the time period. But I haven't had a wet dream in so long, because every time I fall asleep, I've got subconscious programming in my ear. You understand? If I was to fall asleep just willy-nilly, nothing on, or some bullshit on the TV, maybe my mind's triggered from that day. Maybe I'll go online and see something with some big titties, you know, Instagram, Facebook or something. Because me, I like girls with dark black hair and big titties and pretty faces. That's always me. That's always been me, right? But what I'm saying is, I could be triggered by something I'm seeing that day, subconsciously. Consciously, I like what I'm seeing, but because you internalize that emotion or that feeling, it makes it realer. So it's important to have affirmations in your ear at night. It's not as important to be saying affirmations throughout your day, right? It's when you're sleeping, it's where it sets in. Because if you've got a certain level of belief about your life and your reality, right, saying affirmations is not going to do much. Especially if you're in a situation where things are a bit fucked up right now. You know? You got to have a certain level of delusion about yourself, about your life. But what I'm saying is, it's much easier to program your mind while you're sleeping, because there's no resistance from your conscious mind. It's all subconscious, and everything goes in. I was doing this, right, with the video I'm looking at, when that's 8 hours. I felt a difference in my head. I could feel it, right? It was like a little tingle in my brain, right? Maybe it's called synapses or something like that. I'll look into it. But I could feel, I'll wake up and just feel different, right? It was like I'll believe some shit and it came out of nowhere. And it's like I'll start believing, do you know what? Maybe it's not hard to make some millions, right? But if you're not consciously aware of what you're doing before you fall asleep, you're gonna let your mind just pass out, and there'll be nothing in your ears reprogramming yourself. Me, not all the time, but I force myself into sleep. Do you understand? Like, I'll smoke maybe 2-3 joints and then I'll pass out. I might pass out for 2-3 hours, but it's still passing out, right? But I'll have headphones on deck. So when I do pass out, like, I'm smoking to affirmations before I fall asleep, right? When I'm feeling like I'm a bit high and I'm passing out, I've passed out now. It could be for 45 minutes, it could be for half an hour. It does not fucking matter. The main point is, once you pass out and you have them affirmations in your ear, you could be asleep for 20 minutes. It doesn't matter. You've already programmed your subconscious mind, right? Successfully. And then you wake up and you're conscious again, right? And when you're conscious, that's when you've got to do your part. Read the books, watch the videos that are conducive to what you're trying to do. And most importantly, get the fuck out of where you live in your city. If you're born somewhere and you stay there, that's a fucking jackass move, man. Come out from where you live. Don't stay where you're born at. That's Torah. Come from where your father is. Come from your father's house and go somewhere else. Right? Because your mind's gonna stagnate where you live, man. If you're born in Birmingham, Milan, London, in Russia somewhere, I'm not really familiar with Russian cities like that, Moscow. What I'm saying is, don't stay where you're born. Go somewhere else, man. Somewhere preferably where better quality of living, cheaper. Like I moved out of London to a city that was 50% cheaper than London. And not to mention that I was moving around different places, countries, right? And what I'm saying is, come out of where your city is, man, and go somewhere else. Don't always be in the same place. You need, that's like me, right? I'm disciplined but in myself, right? I've got a regiment about me, a structure. But every now and then, I need to see something different for the to feel inspired. You understand what I'm saying? So that's like me training when I was in London. Every day for like 100 days, I'm training in the same gym. Now it can get boring, it can get tedious. You're looking around, you're seeing the same shit. You're forcing yourself to train. You know what I mean? A couple more sets, blah, blah, blah. But that's like me, right? I can focus on what I'm doing or what I'm trying to accomplish. But at some point, I want to have something around me with some big titties in a bikini with some black nail varnish. Not to have sex with her, just when I'm doing my work or my training, I can look up and be inspired by what I'm seeing. And that's motivation as it is. And then get back to work. You understand? A man needs to be inspired because we're visual, man. If you live in a place that you're not proud of right now, that's all good. That's perfect, in fact. You know? Because you can look at the place where you live now and say, listen, I don't like this place like that. It's not everywhere you're gonna live you put love into, man. Some places you just don't fucking like. It is what it is. But you can say to yourself, the next place I do live is gonna be beautiful. Right? And that's the whole point of living somewhere shitty. Every man's got to live somewhere shitty at least once, a couple of times in his life. To make him understand what he really wants. It's like having a shitty car. Right? What do you say to yourself? My next car's gonna be crazy. Be cooped up, crazy V12, V6, V8, whatever you want it. But put in the effort to change your life. Don't just think shit's gonna happen because you want it to happen. And most importantly, make a decision. What do you want? You gotta know that it's not about figuring it out. You gotta design what you want, man. Whatever life you want, it's already there. You don't create nothing. God done that already. I didn't create this grass. I didn't create this park. It's already done. Someone come and maintained it, yeah, sure, but it's already done. You gotta tune into that part of yourself, that frequency, and step into it, right? Example, if I want to make millions, if I want to sell products and I want to be a businessman, I can't exactly walk around in tracksuit bottoms, can I? Because it's not aligned with who I want to be. If I got a Rolex on my wrist and I'm in a fucking suit, now my mind's thinking about business. Now I'm in business mind mode, right? You gotta design the whole thing. It's a simulation. What I'm saying is, when you close your eyes and see it up here, right? It's like, do you remember that the old school days, if you're old enough? The internet dial-up, AOL, right? There's a lag. there's a visual lag. When you get it up here, it's already done. That's already your life, right? You got to step into that person, that man, every single day. But when you open your eyes again, all this shit is fake. What's up here is really real. What you can see up here, that's the real life. You heard the saying, find your happy place, right? Close your eyes, blah, blah, blah. What you see up here is your real life. Out here is just fucking fake. Everyone walking past you, everyone interacting with you, they're supposed to be there as an NPC, however you want to say it. It's like GTA real life. What's up here is real, man. What you can see up here, it takes a minute. It might take 6 months, it might take 12 months, but hold that picture. Don't get disheartened and start fucking it up and getting, you know, it's not gonna happen, it's not coming. Just understand it's already there, man. It just takes time to rebuild the molecular structure, you know? Study quantum physics, man. For real. Read some books, watch some videos, and understand how reality and quantum physics go hand in hand. Alright? Go and be who you want to be, man. Take what you want to take. I don't mean on some devilish shit. Don't touch no one without their permission. I don't mean none of that shit. I mean go out there and take life, the life that you want, the money you want, the car you want, the life you want, the place you want to stay in. Design your life, man. Easy. You know? Give yourself time to grow, man. Give yourself patience, understanding. Tune in with God, you know? Align yourself with the frequency you want to be on. For a long time, I didn't understand that saying. I used to hear people say online, Bob Proctor, this guy, that guy, and they would say the same thing. Align yourself with the frequency of what you want. I didn't get that. And then one day I put on a suit for the first time and I got it. The first time I put on a suit, 3-piece suit with a vest, I understood what that meant. Right? It's like get it how you live. If you live rough, you might have to get it rough. Right? Align yourself with the frequency you're trying to attract, man. It's already there. You just got to align yourself. The life you want, nice places, nice money, that's a frequency up here. So you got to maintain a frequency. So that means you got to cut off every fucking thing that's bullshit. Your environment, people around you, your homies, family, cut it all off. If they bring down your frequency, things are going to take longer to manifest for you. If the frequency you want is up here, you got to maintain that frequency. You got to maintain it. You can't let anything ruin your frequency. You got to protect your energy. If you got to be alone for 6 months and just grind 12 months, then so be it, man. It's all going to be worth it when you get to the finishing line. But there's never a finishing line, really. It's one finishing line, and then you want something else, and then you go to that again now. But just design who you want to be, man. Now, this thing is gorgeous, man. I can't keep looking at it, you know? Staring at it and shit. But fellas, it's been real. It's your man Celibate Scotty, bearded monk. Scotty been him. I'm gone, man. Peace.